What's up, guys? This is your SoCal fishing forecast for Thursday, September 16th. Welcome to the Chasing Pelagics Channel. We are here every week on Thursday, giving you the latest, greatest information out the water. We'll start off with a quick recap over the weekend. We had the Pelagic Tuna Challenge going on, and it didn't end as one would hope. There was a little bit of tournament drama, unfortunately. We had a couple of teams mainly out there fishing on the Tanner Bank on Friday. Fishing was excellent. The team that landed the biggest fish still of June with Evan Salave ended up hooking a 240-pound fish, and they had quite a bit of video to back it up, along with 5 or 6 hooked up all at the same time. And long story short, they ended up losing a lower unit on one of their outboards. And they reached out to the tournament director and said, "Hey, can we limp the boat back up north to Los Alamitos and drive our biggest fish down?" And they said that was okay. But unfortunately, what the tournament director told them was not matching the rule book. And even though they had the biggest fish, they ended up disqualifying the catch because of the rule book stating that the fish had to be offloaded from the boat with all the fishing members on board. Right there at the scale, and that didn't happen. So kind of a tale of a bad ending for everybody. Bad ending for Team Stella June. The tournament for kind of giving them the wrong information and not following the rules that they had set in place. But so the winning fish ended up being, I believe it was like 220 pounds. But fishing on Saturday was pretty nasty, which is why my trip got canceled. So my 2.5-day trip was supposed to be out there Saturday, Sunday. The wind ended up blowing. I was watching the buoy. It was steady blowing at 25 with gusts to 29, 6-foot waves at 6 seconds. So that would have been pretty miserable. I saw there was a couple larger sport fishing boats out there braving it. I don't think the fishing was that great Saturday, Sunday. So looks like we dodged a bullet. But right after that wind knocked down, seems like things are back on. So quick look at the weather here. Pretty nice summer conditions. A little cooler that we had here, but it is what it is. Quick look at the wind for the next upcoming few days. Pretty good conditions overall. And what I like what's going on here is that we're sitting up right into a full moon. And these big bluefin really bite well going right into the full moon and then right to the end of it. And then they kind of chill out for a little bit. So really liking what I'm seeing here weather-wise, and for anybody that's got the proper gear and boat to run this far, over 100 miles out to Tanner. So these conditions look pretty darn solid. With that being said, I will be hopping on the BIGHT Sportfishing FREEMAN on Saturday now. Unfortunately, Sunday got booked by a single individual, so I got bumped, but you can see the wind here on Sunday into Monday. Things take a turn for the worse here. And then they lighten back up into next week. So hopefully setting up all of next week to be a pretty nice setup as well. But there is some open spots available if you want to come fishing with me. And I know it's a little pricey, guys, but I want you to think about this as the way that I did. This is the prime time of bluefin fishing in fall. The fish are biting. We're going into the full moon, like I mentioned. And you're going for a ride on a FREEMAN. I mean, there's not too many of those around here on the West Coast, especially a 34. So pretty sweet ride. And if there's one time to blow some extra cash, don't do it in Vegas. Do it on a FREEMAN. So come join me if that's something you're looking to do. But hopefully we'll get this boat off the dock here on Saturday morning, fishing all day. So now into... Let's take a look at marine conditions real quick to see if we can see what's going on here. But as I mentioned, 17foot.com. We leave all of our websites and the credits that we use here, all the free websites. But 17foot.com here, you can actually select the buoy. So we're looking here at Tanner Bank. Gives you a quick link right to it. Tells you right now the wind speed is 9 knots with gusts of 15. And the air temperature is 62, water temp 67. So you can go back and look at history, trending up and down. All of it's there. So, cool little tool if you don't want to rely on charts for temperature or wind. You can take a quick look at this stuff and you see how accurate it is every 10 minutes. And if you really want to dial into it, you can take a look at actually what's going out there. They got cameras on this thing too. Pretty rad. So that's that. Let's talk fishing. Quick look at our overall temperature chart, 74-degree water here on the inside and then cooler stuff here on the outside, which, as you can tell, these tuna are lined up here on this temp break. That's what we're looking for. We're going to switch over to the chloro. This is an 8-day chart. Here's a look at the 3-day, a little blotchy with that fog we got offshore here. 3-day chloro gives you a good idea what's going on here inshore. Just to take a look and make a little bit more better understanding of this. When you got dark green water like this, it's turned over from that wind. Fishing is not going to be very good inshore, and it hasn't been this week whatsoever. Let's start off with Catalina. Those little bluefin that were down here on the east end, that was the finesse fishing we had for a couple of weeks, is long gone. And from what I hear, the yellowtail fishing has also been pretty slow. There's still a little bit around, but I mean, overall, not stellar whatsoever. I'll give it a 2 to 3 out of 10 as far as fishing goes for yellowtail. But if I was going to go fishing at Catalina, I'd be fishing the front side. You can see some of the stuff turned over on the backside from the wind. You're not going to see it so much on the chart here, but the water's going to be very similar conditions as inshore on the backside. And you're going to see the same thing for San Clemente Island. So lately, the last couple of days, we've had pretty good fishing on the front side. Pyramid Cove, Persane, White Rock, all those areas seem to be working as long as you got the conditions. And the fishing is at 20 to 25 pound grade yellowtail, and you're going to want to fish 20 to 30 pound tests. Live bait seems to be working best, but I'd still bring a yo-yo or a surface iron with me just in case. And overall, offshore fishing has not been that great in U.S. waters other than the Outer Banks. We'll talk about that, but you can see it's pretty green to turned over. There's no real good hard edges to follow on. You can maybe find an occasional marlin here and there on one of the banks, chasing some bait. But overall, not a whole lot going on. We haven't seen that run of those 15-pound, 8-pound football yellowfin come this year. We had a little bit of trace of it that's been going on down here at the 425 west of the Pens. But again, most of the stuff, I mean, kind of look at this hard edge here. That's what I'd be taking a look at. 371, 425, right in this area. Maybe even come down to Lower Hidden if you want to spend the gas money. But that's where I'd be looking. And you're going to want to be definitely trolling. I heard there's a lot of kelps out there, but most of them are dry. But you don't need to stop on every kelp. Just drive by trolling, and if there's something on it, more than likely, if it hasn't seen something in a while, it's going to come bite whatever you're dragging, whether it be a cedar plug, a feather, so mix it up. Throw in a small Rapala. That's the type of stuff that you're going to get. Mainly Dorado, a couple rat yellows has been what they've been seeing down here, and occasional yellowfin, but we're not seeing those big volumes like we saw the last couple of years. Back out to Tanner and Cortez. We've been seeing epic bluefin fishing. On the high spots, we still got some of that yellowtail and bonito mixed in. And you're going to fish that on, again, like 20 to 30 pound test. Live bait seems to be working the best. And there's a little bit of light or smaller bluefin mixed in here on the high spots. The bigger stuff is on the deeper water. I'd be looking at that 100 fathom curve, and also a little bit more here to the west side, or the east side, I'm sorry. But that's really where I'm going to be looking for that bigger stuff. And it's mainly coming on flying fish, live, dead, lures, on the kite, whatever. That's what they want. Sinker rig seems to be having a little bit of trouble to fish during the day. People are saying they got to use down to 60 pound, and that's pretty tough to land on one of those bigger fish. You're more likely going to get broken off with chafing if they're hooked anywhere deeper in the mouth than the corner of the mouth. So be aware of that. But that's pretty much what's going on, guys. Not a whole lot of the usual hot fall fishing that we see with the yellowfin and Dorado. I think we got most of that last month, but we seem to be hunkering down into big bluefin season running here into October. So that's it, guys. Have a safe weekend out there on the water, and if you can, come out there and join me on the Freeman at a Fisherman's Landing. Take care, guys. Cheers. If you like what you saw today, you can subscribe to our channel or follow us along on Instagram and Facebook. And always remember, share the stoke.